is something that we went over during the podcast like a month ago. But here we go. We're getting into our next series, getting into the round of 16, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Crimson Court, we have the blue Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player going for a 12 pool. It is Wayne. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will take the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As Wayne and SHIN do face off in this best of 3. And we'll see what Wayne can accomplish here. Again, we did cast a little Wayne ZvZ earlier over the weekend. Did cover him earlier over the weekend. And yeah, he had a bit of a harder time against Young Yakov. Was a very, very intense best of 7 that we did cast. And I do recommend the VODs. I do recommend tuning in. Definitely some amazing games were had. And we'll see if Wayne can recover here against SHIN. We'll see if he can kind of, I say recover, redeem himself. That's it. Redeem himself in ZvZ. As here comes the 12 pool. Now again, a 12 pool is not an all-in. A 12 pool is designed to get some economic damage and take a lead and get ahead. The goal here for Wayne is to get 2 or 3 drone kills. If he can get a handful of drone kills, if he can force lost mining time, then he can take a lead economically. So the Lings have arrived. It's going to be all about the drone control for SHIN. We'll see if we can minimize losses. We can micro well, dance back, and buy time for his Lings and Queens. As the Lings have arrived, they chip away at the hatchery. More Lings on the way. And SHIN has to pull the boys. He does leave 4 workers mining. Does pull the boys. Does engage with Lings. Up. Pulls away the weakened workers. So far so good. Up. Oh my god. Drones are getting low. And SHIN has to fight against Ping as well. Bear that in mind. The Lings have arrived. He can commit to the fight. Ooh. 1 Ling goes down. There we go. More Lings have made it. 1 drone falls. Sorry, did I say 1? 3? 3 at once. Oh my god. And just like that, 3 drone kills is what Wayne needed. You can see here the economy, the worker count is actually neck and neck. On top of that, SHIN was also losing mining time as well. So Wayne, he did enough. He actually has a 1 worker lead. Whew. So Wayne, he did enough damage. SHIN, he lost too much there towards the end. The Queens are up, which means Wayne is stabilizing, and Wayne is now getting into his gases. Now, this 12 pool typically leads into 2-base roach. Typically. This could lead into, like, a Ling Flood if Ling Speed is researched, but in a standard game, there shouldn't be Ling Speed. There should be a wall here with a Roach Horn, with an Evo Chamber, getting into 2-base roach. Here on Crimson Court, it's very easy to expand and take a 3rd base as well, quite greedily, so Wayne has options. Meanwhile, SHIN has some catching up to do. SHIN is going to have to drone up and try to confirm whether or not Wayne is even going 2-base roach, because he could fake out 2-base roach, rush into a lair, and then go into mutas. There could be Spire play. So SHIN has to piece it all together. Ling Speed is being researched. SHIN should at least skip a Baneling Nest. Should skip it. Does take the forward 3rd. I like this forward 3rd base out of SHIN. He will have access to the high yield gas geyser. Considering SHIN has map control, I mean, this is going to be a solid start. Solid way to take a lead. SHIN does throw down the Baneling Nest. Interesting. That I was not expecting. Ooh, as we do see Wayne investing into +1 melee. This tells us that Wayne should be going into Ling Speed. Ling Speed should be researched. The Overlord is zoned away. Potentially Wayne just waiting for the Overlord to be forced back before investing into that upgrade. There it is. There's Ling Speed. Okay, it's going to be a Ling Flood. Wayne, he's going for an all-in. He's going for a Ling Flood here, and SHIN is unaware. Now, thankfully for SHIN, because he's playing safe, did make the Baneling Nest, has 4 Banelings on the way, and this is actually going to work out quite well for SHIN. Oh my god, Ling's not even get in! No! Ling's they do flood in, but last the Queen does have a transfuse. Oh my god. Whew. Clutch transfuse out of Wayne, does save the Queen. But Shin is going for his own Ling Flood. He's going for his own Bane Bust. So Shin is Bane Busting, Wayne is Ling Flooding. Who do we favor? I'm going to have to favor Shin here. Plus on melee, it can be good, but it doesn't save you against Banelings. And Shin does pull the trigger. And we'll see if Wayne can survive this. No, to be fair, getting his own Banelings, I didn't notice. Baneliness is done. With the help of these Banelings, I mean, Wayne, he can hold. He can hold on. Banelings going to be rolling in. Oh, they do actually get into the mineral line. Decent trades here against the Lings. Good connections. But with the defensive Banelings, Wayne should be able to hold on. Does win back the Lings, but they do get into the main. Two flood into the main base. Wayne cutting works at 32 and is going for his own counterattack. 26 Lings in production. Wayne is going to commit, and Shin, can he survive this? He's making roaches. Is building up roaches. Banelings would be amazing here defensively for Shin. Does need Banelings as well. Because Wayne is going to be so Ling heavy. I mean, it's almost purely Ling, as he only has one gas mining. Wayne making a couple of Banelings as well to support. Wayne has not droned in quite some time, and here we go. He's moving out. And Shin is not fully ready for this. He needs Banelings. Oh, the Ravagers get surrounded. Massive pickup. Ravagers go down. Shin being proactive, trying to dive on the army. But these are +1 melee Lings. Collapse on the roaches. Have the roaches, they hold their own. Oh my god. Shin takes the fight anyway. Who needs Banelings when you have this many roaches? As Shin does move out. Has the economic advantage behind this. Pushing towards the natural. Banelings, they can somewhat support this army. They do okay against roaches, but yeah, nice pre-split here by Shin. He avoids the Banelings. One Baneling left. Oh, the Lings! Oh my god. Lings have to be careful. And Shinny has done it. Takes out the Roach Warren. Only Ling Bane to defend. Takes out the Evo Chamber. And this is going to be the final stand here of Wayne. I mean, Wayne, he had some good moments in this game, but GG gets called, and Shin will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Shin does take the first game here. And again, it was just really fortunate that Shin had gone for a Baneling Nest. Again, remember, Wayne was going for a 12 pull into a hidden Ling Flood, and Shin had no idea. Shin had no idea what was going on. He just happened to be going for his own Bane Bust, which does kind of counter the Ling Flood of his opponent. Banelings are exactly what Shin needed early on. He had some good connections. Then he was able to get away with Roach production. So really, really fortunate play there for Shin. Oh. And with that, hopefully I can get into game 2. Uh-oh. I did just disconnect from BattleNet. That's not good. So I have to quickly reconnect. I'm coming. Do have to reconnect here. If we do get left out, we might just go on a break, and I guess we'll come back for the winner for like the ace match or the winner versus trap. But hopefully they waited. Hopefully, fingers crossed. letting them know. Whew, okay, we're good. Okay, we're back. Hopefully we're back. Beautiful. Whew, as game 2 is going to be on site Delta. Oh boy. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Whew, so yeah, I don't know. My game just bugged out. Yeah, my game basically just disconnected, so I had to restart. But we're back, and we have our lobby. We have game 2. We are getting into Site Delta. Whew. Oh boy. Now, Site Delta is another good map to go 2-base roach on. The reason for this is because there's a ramp coming into the natural. So, I mean, there's just these defensive features already built into the map itself. So we can try to embrace that kind of style. Otherwise, we could see something more standard. We'll see. We shall see. As we dive into game 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Diamond Gladiators, leading the series 1-0. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Red Zerg player himself down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Wayne. Here we go. As this time, we're droning. This time we're droning up, we're actually saturating our bases. There's no 12 pool this time, there's no 13-12 or anything crazy like that. Wayne is going into his own hatchery, likewise so is SHIN, which is what we expect. Site Delta is a much larger map, has a longer rush distance by ground, so something like a 12 pool hits later on this map, it's not as effective, so it's not really worth going for that kind of aggressive opener. Likewise, we're now going to be expanding, and this is the feature that we were talking about earlier, where we have a ramp coming into the natural. Not something you see too often nowadays in the current map pool. It is seen here, it's seen on Post Youth as well, and Amphion. So three maps of the map pool do have ramps into the natural. So you can more easily wall off and defend on 2 bases if you so chose to. Otherwise, we could just see our 3rd bases, and we could just embrace Ling Bane. We'll see. We shall see. I mean, after the last game, I wouldn't be surprised if Wayne were to just, go for a 3rd and play out some more standard back and forth mid game instead. But SHIN has options. SHIN does have options after the more chaotic nature of game 1. But now we're going to be settling in, droning up, saturating our bases. Ling speed is on the way. And it should be on the way for Wayne. The fact that it isn't is a bit of a tell that Wayne may be opting to wall off. Yeah, he's walling off. So no Ling speed here means that Wayne should be walling off and he should be playing on 2 bases instead. The workers are being sent down, and we'll see how he sets up that wall. Likewise, SHIN just playing standard. He's droning, taking his 3rd base, so hatch gas pool into a 3rd, into Ling speed, into Banelings, into Ling Bane. There's the 2 base lair for Wayne. Ooh, and the Ling will confirm the missing Baneling nest. SHIN also confirms lack of 3rd, so he knows. SHIN, he doesn't see the layer, but he should know what's going on. As there is the wall. Ooh, once again, okay. I was gonna say Ling speed on the way. Ling flood. Now he does cancel Ling speed, so it's gonna be 2 base roach. I mean, I say 2 base roach. If Wayne takes all 4 gases, he has 3 gases so far. If he takes the 4th gas geyser, that is a sign of 2 base muta. So 2 base muta is still on the table. Oh, yes, he does take the gas geyser. Okay. Yeah, plus on melees on the way as well. We're getting some mixed signals here, but this should be Spire play. Very risky maneuver by Wayne. It's quite risky to go into mutas, just because if Shin realizes what's going on, he can punish this very hard. There's that Roach Ward. And there's the Spire. Again, the lair is done. 2-base muta is confirmed as soon as we saw the gases. Likewise, just how we saw the gases, we came to that conclusion. Shin can do the same. If Shin moves in with the Overlords, and he is repositioning the Overlords, might I add, if he does see all the gases, that is a tell, of course, of what is going on. Back at home, Shin, he skips the Bailey Nest. He's going into +1 range, into Roaches for the time being. But Shin's still trying to piece it all together. Roaches are amassing. Ooh, Overseer Scout is coming in. And that's going to be the tell. Wayne, he cancels the Bailey Nest. Sorry, the Roach Warren. Going purely Ling Muta. Overseer will confirm, dives into the main, and eventually into the natural. As he does see Ling Speed researching, that's already a tell. That is already a tell here. The Overseer has taken a lot of damage, but the Ling is denied. But he does see all the Lings. The Changeling Scout is denied, I should say. So Shin, he should be aware of what's happening. Infestation Bit's on the way. That should be for Infestors. Should be working on a higher queen counts. I mean, he does have the better economy. But seeing all those Lings and a lair should scream mutas. Yeah, spores are on the way. Spores are on the way. Shin knows. Shin knows what's going on. Is getting spores. Lings is moving out on the right-hand side. Mutas towards the left. So he does move out towards that third. So far, the spores are done. Queens are in position. Lings rotating around. And the Lings don't quite commit. Mutas, they get an Overlord. Shin, at this point, you can invest into Infestors. But now just purely Queen. Taking gases. Roaches are keeping up. Mutas haven't dealt any real damage yet. I think they've gotten 1 Overlord. I think 1, right? 2. 2 Overlords. The other Overlord's hiding. Trying to get out of there. Hydrogen on the way for Wayne. I mean, this is good. This tells us that Wayne is not going mass muta. He has made mutas for map control, but now he's switching into Hydra Lurker Viper. Likewise, so is Shin. So both Shin and Wayne are transitioning into Hydra Lurker. Bailing run by is being set up. Shin, he's maintaining himself with his spores and with his queens. As Wayne is still just shocking around. Bailing's up, gonna be rolling in. They tried to. But Shin is ready for it. Shin is ready. Do have those upgrades on the way for the Hydras. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's Shin. Never mind. Upgrades on the way for Shin. We do see Wayne, he actually didn't make any Hydras. He's going into +2 and he's making more mutas instead. Bold move. So Wayne, he has the option to transition, but no, he is actually committing to mass muta. Up! Fungal does graze some of the mutas. Nothing major yet. Bailey's out, they do roll in, they force a cancel. The clutch cancel from Shin. And ideally, Shin, he builds up a Roach Hydra count with Infestors, and then from here he can go into Lurkers. Now, because of the high Infestor count, honestly, Shin, he can actually push before Lurkers, because Infestors, they can help lock down Ling Bane and Mutas as well. Lings, they hit the expansion, they deny the 4th. At the same time, Mutas, they go for the tech. Wayne, he does get into the Mineral Line. Drones are going down. Infestor's trying to keep up. Nice damage here from Wayne. Nice damage. Oh! SHIN is moving out. Once again, Wayne denying the fourth base over and over again. But SHIN is maxed. SHIN is maxed out with Roach, Hydra, Infestor. Wayne, though, getting into his Lurkers. Lurkers are almost ready. And with Lurkers, he can survive this, but they're barely not done. Speaking of, one Lurker goes down. The other will be able to borrow in time. Up! Oh god, he does lose 3 Lurkers. 2 of them do finish up, but here comes the detection. And it's just too much. It's just too much. Shinny hits Wayne just before he hits Lurkers. Ling Bane does go for a counterattack, but there is a full wall. And the Queen does hold. Ling Bane does get a couple of workers, but it's just going to be too much. Shin, he overwhelms. He breaks the natural, breaks through into the third as well. The Lings, they have potential, though. They're getting to the natural, but it's only Lings. Shin's army is far greater. The Mutas are holding their own. The Fungals! Fungals do connect! Oh my god. Yeah, the Fungals are brutal. GG gets called, and SHIN will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. SHIN will take the series, will advance on into the next round. My condolences to Wayne. Again, it was quite bold of him to go into Mutas the way that he did, and likewise we saw that he was taking the correct steps to tech up in towards Lurkers. You could argue that he took a little bit too long. If you remember, there was a moment in that game where where Wayne made the decision to, instead of teching into Lurkers, he made an extra wave of Mutas and +2 as well. So he committed a little bit harder into Muta first, which delayed the Lurker tech, which delayed the Lurker transition, which meant that he was vulnerable to a ground attack, and we saw that it barely was not ready in time. Barely was not ready. GG, well played. SHIN, he broke Wayne just before the Lurkers really were able to get in position and even morph in. If you remember, there were only 2 Lurkers. Only 2 Lurkers at the natural and 1 Lurker at the third, which actually managed to borrow. And even then, it was too late. Was too late. GG, well played. Well played.